Week 1 of the NFL is in the books, and I gave you my own 2023 NFL mock draft overreacting to Week 1 of the NFL. But it's time to look at someone else's. That's right. It's time for Mock the Mock, where we take a look at someone else's mock draft. And I'm mocking, giving you my views, thoughts, and opinions. And today we're looking at Joe Marino from the Draft Network. The Draft Network does very good work, so I suggest you checking them out. But what's crack-a-lackin'? It's your boy Broshmo. Just in case you did not know, so go ahead, become a bro and subscribe. Leave this video a thumbs up if you enjoy the content. As always, let me know what you think in the comment section below. And as always, take a look at my mock draft and give your insight, because I love the comment section. Also, we're doing a watch along, Texas A&M versus Miami this week. We get to take a look at Tyler Van Dyke, and I get to root for my Hurricane. It's gonna be great. But let's go ahead, get into this sucker. I believe this is done based on, it is right here. Here, I'll scroll up and highlight it for y'all. Please be advised that the order of this mock draft is determined by Bet Online's Super Bowl odds. So, if you got a problem with draft order, take it up with Bet Online's. But first pick in this draft is the Houston Texans. They take Will Anderson. Now, I talked about, if you haven't checked out my Wednesday video where we were doing stock report, that, hey, I know Will Anderson hasn't had an ideal start to the college football season, but by no means am I hitting the red button on Will Anderson. But if I'm the Houston Texans, I'm picking first. Yeah, I'm taking quarterback. I am. I'm sorry. I know some of y'all come into the comment section and be like, yo, Davis Mills, he's not that bad. He looks pretty good in the opening week. But if you're picking first overall, Davis Mills, I'm sorry, you're a third round quarterback. If they're picking first overall, I imagine, and this is just me projecting, that the rest of the season didn't go so hot for y'all. It was probably at the lap of the quarterback position. You're going quarterback. But Will Anderson, hey, dude, that team needs pass rush desperately. All right, on to number 2 being the Atlanta Falcons, taking another defensive player in Jalen Carter. Listen, everyone's going to think I hate defensive players. If you're the Atlanta Falcons, you're drafted second overall, and you get your pick of any quarterback in this class, you take a freaking quarterback and you take Bryce Young. He's going to be the top quarter. He should be the top quarterback for a lot of people. But listen, I get it. Jalen Carter, dude, getting him next to Grady Jarrett, that's just going to be mwah. He's probably, for some people, might be the top prospect overall in this class, regardless of position. Some people probably still put Will Anderson there, but you're taking quarterback. Listen, that's just my take. Desmond Ridder, you don't know what you have in him, but he's a third rounder. You're picking second overall. You get a shot at the top quarterback on the board. You take it, especially considering it's much better than the 2022 class anyway. They actually have the Seattle Seahawks at number 3 taking Anthony Richardson. Oh, my Lord. Anthony Richardson. It's a long college football season, and week 2 was not very kind to AR-15. Best nickname in the draft, by the way. And I get it, man. From, you look at a talent perspective, the dude's got great rare mobility for the position. He's got a huge arm, but the dude doesn't know how to work inside structure. I get it. He's got great tools, but he's just not there yet. Might be seeing a different tune by the end of the year, but that's why we're looking at it now, man. It allows y'all to be up to date with what's going on. It's not like I have a whole channel that tries to focus on keeping y'all up to date, giving y'all the most names, so you have a nice thick, I'm saying thick with like 6 C's, thick watch list. But Seahawks going quarterback, no duh. We got the Chicago Bears. They're going Broderick Jones. I don't have too many qualms about this. You got Braxton Jones currently starting at left tackle. Larry Borum looked pretty good at right. But, yeah, he was like, what, a 4th rounder? So, yeah, if you get an opportunity to address, especially if you're not sold on the receiving class, then, yeah, being able to address the tackle class or tackle spot at least give Justin Fields something, some form of help would be key. I think Broderick Jones, for a lot of people right now, is the current top tackle in this class. Then number 5, we got the New York Football Jets taking Will Levis. Yo, was this list? All right. This is part of what I do. I mock the mock. A lot of this is jest, but like I'm joking around. You know, I'm being a bit flamboyant with the personality. But did nobody watch the Florida Kentucky game? Listen, Will Levis still looks like he's a work in progress from a decision-making standpoint and from going through his progressions efficiently and quickly. How is... You can make the case for CJ Stroud, but how's Bryce Young not the top quarterback? Like, I'll give it to you. AR-15, tools freaking out the wazoo. But Will Levis ahead of Young is just preposterous. It's ridiculous. Giants do need a quarterback. Oh, I guess we could agree on that. Y'all see Carolina picking number 6. They're going quarterback. Yeah. Stroud, CJ Stroud or freaking Bryce Young. I don't know where he's at. But if they're available, yeah, you're going quarterback in a heartbeat if you're the Panthers. Baker looked all right. He didn't look terrible against the Browns, but definitely it could have been better. He's only on that 1 year left in the deal. So, like, if you're Carolina and you get a chance to take what some people may regard as top quarterback in the class, then, yeah, you kind of go ahead and do that. Next, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars taking Brian Brazee. They get more. They just get good players on that interior. You could honestly go Keely Ringo. You go with one of the other tackle prospects. If you're Jacksonville, you want to get good players. That's it. So no qualms here. Especially if you think you're set with Trevor Lawrence. He looked so, but you did see the high upside with Lawrence. Detroit Lions. Look at this. 8 picks. Freaking Bryce Young. This is ridiculous. This is a joke. Ha hee hee. I'm laughing. You got me. Bryce Young in no world is quarterback 4 in this class. Like I think you can make an argument he may be quarterback 2, but like once we get to quarterback 3, quarterback 4, I think it's just not okay. If you're the Lions, you're like, run this pick up to the commissioner as fast as you can. We don't need 15 minutes. We don't need 10 minutes. We don't need 5 minutes to make this decision. Whatever the amount of time it is to take you to run that pick up, it's that time. Washington Commanders taking Noah Sewell. This is interesting. I don't think Noah Sewell's the top linebacker in this class. At least I wouldn't say that. He is. I think Trenton Simpson has at least had a better start to the year. Noah Sewell still has some of the stuff I'm concerned about. I get it. If you're the Commanders, linebacker is a bit of a position of concern for you. But there's just higher value positions to be made here. Like Keely Ringo. You can make a case for really any of the other offensive line prospects at this point. It's just there's better positions you can go. The New York Jets, they are next. They stick with, Gervin Dexter, dude. Gervin Dexter, watch out. He had a big week. Again, check out my prospect stock report. It's a great video. I have a ton of fun making it. And, the dude's put out banger performances thus far against Utah and against Kentucky. I get it. Robert Saleh, he loves a whole lot of depth on the defensive line. Joe Douglas, he loves the trenches, so this pick I think makes some sense, if not a lot of sense. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers here going Keely Ringo. Yeah, secondary makes sense. You don't want your corner position to go to hell. And the Steelers, they've actually, at least until recently, they had a nice little span of where, we got it kind of figured out in the secondary. Before that, I felt like they really had no one, and you're kind of getting that same feeling right now. The Tennessee Titans get Jordan Addison. So yeah, getting a compliment to Treylon Burks vertically is kind of I like that. I like this in the with this system, this run heavy, incorporate a lot of the play action. You got Ryan Tannehill, who's got an arm capable of taking advantage of that. He was very good on the play action in 2020. So Addison arguably might be the top wide receiver in this class right now. The dude's balling out. The Houston Texans take Jackson Smith and Njigba. There we go. So this one's kind of muddied by John Mechie. I really think John Mechie's is his ceiling slot receiver in the NFL, but again, that's just my projection. We won't unfortunately get to see him play this year because I believe it's leukemia he has. It's a very early stage. Like, I think it's the same type that Roman Reigns dealt with. But you got Cooks, so grabbing more receivers helps a ton, but I'm just not sure that they have anyone that can play outside. I mean, they do have Nico Collins as well, so this might be very, very much be the case of just taking the best player available. Arizona Cardinals, they're going Isaiah Foskey, however you want to say it. Yeah, their defense, I think, is atrocious. They can't get pass rush, and their quarterback room is empty. It's empty. Foskey, though, being the next edge off the board over a guy like maybe Miles Murphy. You even have Jared Verse looking really good. Even in a very small sample size, Nolan Smith has looked pretty good. B.J. Ojolari has kind of lit it up. So it's like, I think there's just better names. Isaiah Foskey's kind of had a rough start to the season. He's looking very similar to the Foskey of last year, which kind of makes him probably a late first, early day 2 pick. All right, we got the New England Patriots taking Cam Smith. So straight up, Jonathan Jones had a really good, I would say a really good performance on the outside. Typically, he was normally their slot until this season. But outside of that, they really have nothing. Jalen Mills was kind of a bust of a sign-in. I think Miles Bryant was the other guy that split time outside there this past weekend. They definitely, you could definitely add more help to the cornerback room. I often say the cornerback position is a very volatile position. So if you could just keep adding talent, then it goes a long way. On to the Philadelphia Eagles. Miles Murphy finally off the board. Yes, I love it. Brandon Graham, he's up there in dog years. Derek Barnett, he's not in the future plans of the Eagles. Sweat looks good this week. Trying to think who else they have there on the outside, and honestly can't throw a name. I mean, they got Reddick, but he's more of this like off-ball Y9 guy. So yeah, Adam Miles Murphy, a guy that actually has kind of a versatile skill set, or at least a versatile body type, length, guy that can play with plays with a lot of power, can be versatile on the defensive line. By the way, become a bro and subscribe. Leave this video a thumbs up if you enjoy the content. As always, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let's have that nice, beautiful football discourse. And the popular thing now to do on YouTube, if you really support the channel, is to share the video. So go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead, get back to the nitty gritty. At 17, the Minnesota Vikings take Michael Mayer. This one's interesting. I mean, we really don't like Irv Smith. His contract does expire after this season, and he's coming back from injury. He didn't see a lot of snaps this past week, but if he ain't the answer, then yeah, man, go out, get the answer. Michael Mayer is probably tight end one easy right now, with guys like Meek or Eric Gilbert not really seeing playing time on that stuffed Georgia tight end room. No one else really emerging. So Mayer, a guy that is a very good blocker, solid hands, can create after the catch by way of I'm gonna run through you. Though he doesn't have like the like uber good athleticism, it's still plus for the position. So yeah. And the Las Vegas Raiders take Peter Skoronski. This is kind of a no-brainer because Raiders offensive line is Dogwater Skoronski, a guy that could probably play all along the offensive line, so he offers help at 5 different positions. The Dallas Cowboys are next on the clock, and they go Tyree Wilson. Listen, Tyree Wilson hasn't really had a game, like a big game. Like you could maybe make a case for Houston, but he hasn't really faced solid, like NFL caliber, high end talent this season. When he was faced with that in the Liberty Bowl, he struggled against Charles Cross, even though he had a banger game. He really did struggle against Charles Cross. He is a bit of the cup of tea that the Cowboys really like there in like a Dorrance Armstrong. So I imagine that's who he ends up replacing. So the fits, I like the fit. It's just I don't think Wilson's worth that just yet. Seattle Seahawks, they get a linebacker that can, cover in space in Trenton Simpson. I really like this pick. This is good value, a guy that's just good out in space, offers a pass rush upside, and very good athlete to put in coverage. The Indianapolis Colts, they go for their tackle of the future, and why not, dude? This is great value. They're going Paris Johnson. Best human being in this class, bar none. I think he started out the year looking pretty good. So, yeah, I actually really like this fit for the Colts. If he makes it to 21, then holy crap. This is another case where you run in the ticket, run in the pick. Philadelphia Eagles next on the clock, Bijan Robinson. Everyone and their mom's projecting Bijan to the Eagles. It's just an easy fit. Where Bijan's his first round talent. It's just where does he go in the first round? What team will roll the dice on a running back? It's easier to do that with teams that have multiple draft picks. The Eagles happen to be one of them. Miles Sanders is a free agent after the season, so it just makes sense. Baltimore. Oh, I'm gonna read this one. Baltimore Ravens take Quentin Johnston because reasons. Currently they lack a true field stretcher. Okay, I get it. He is kind of like that vertical big body target, but like, I don't know, maybe you roll the dice with one of the corners in this class after Ringo. I mean, there's guys like Porter, Garrett Williams, got Cam Smith, maybe someday Eli Ricks if he ever gets on the field for Alabama. But yeah, this is an interesting one. I would say peculiar. I'm terrible with words. This is a weird pick. Cincinnati Bengals go Garrett Williams. He's a really good scheme fit. Offers a very versatile skill set where he could probably also play anywhere in the back end. That they brought in Cam Taylor Britt, who's kind of like similar in that facet where he could play safety, he could play on the outside. So like, hey man, if you want to just keep improving that cornerback room, go for it. Maybe you roll the dice on one of the edge talents here. So I don't know. We'll see. I like it. It's interesting, definitely. The Miami Dolphins, they go tackle good because the Dolphins, fun fact, we don't have an answer at right tackle. Jalen Duncan, I haven't really watched Maryland thus far this year because they've only played, I want to say they played Buffalo and then some other, they've only had cupcake outings, but I do get it, man. Duncan, he's got the length, he's got the athleticism, not necessarily that mean demeanor the NFL really loves, but it could be a guy that ends up being a tackle that like sneaks into the first round. It's a little early to kind of speculate on that, but I'm glad that he's highlighting somebody. The Detroit Lions, they deal with their linebacker deficiency with Henry To'oTo'o. I don't know. I feel like To'oTo'o is still a day 2 guy. I feel like you get more value if you're Detroit. I mean, you already got huge value with Bryce Young, and it's not like you're drafting another Alabama prospect that played on the same side of the field as Bryce Young. But yeah, you gotta imagine there'll be some edge guys that pop up in this list, right? Right? The Green Bay Packers. Speak of the devil, Nolan Smith. Going to the Packers, they get some more edge help. Their edge, honestly, their edge room looks pretty good. But I mean, grabbing another guy in that rotation, I don't mind. Maybe taking one of the interior prospects for the offense, whether it's Cooper Beebe, Lane Robinson's got high upside. You got also Andrew Voorhees. There's a lot of other guys that could go. Maybe even at the receiver position. So I don't know if getting a guy in that rotation, because I get it. Preston Smith's probably someone that I know they adjusted his deal recently, but I feel like I guess you could bring him in with the hope that he eventually replaces Preston Smith. So yeah, I don't know. Green Bay doing Green Bay things. Los Angeles Chargers hold the freaking front door. Darnell Washington. Listen, I love Darnell Washington. I think he's definitely talked himself up into day 2, and we still haven't seen like all that he can do. Might be the best blocker in this class at his size, but pretty darn good athleticism at his size as well. But it's not like, I don't think he's like a first rounder. Wow, that's wild. It's definitely interesting. I'll say that. Definitely interesting. Kansas City Chiefs go with more wide receiver help. Josh Downs. I really feel like they just got a better version of Downs in Sky Moore, a guy who's really good after the catch. Downs is a bit undersized. I feel like he's going to be stuck in the slot in the NFL. I don't love this pick. I like the player. I just don't love this pick. Like, Chiefs, what are you doing? Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they go Joey Porter. There's Joey Porter's name. So I figured he would have been on this list. A lot of people are throwing him in the first round because they love the athleticism, the size. Hoping he kind of cleans up on the penalties. But, like, Tampa, they desperately need more corner help. They have a tough decision. If financially they could even make it between Sean Murphy-Bunting and Jameel Dean. Maybe both those guys end up walking, so grabbing more help there on the in the cornerback room is much needed. And then the Buffalo Bills is the last pick, correct? It is, and it's Brian Branch. This is a pick everyone their mom's making. Brian Branch is great. You know that Jordan Poyer. Who else they got? Well, he's got an expiring contract. You got Micah Hyde. He's getting along to the tooth, though they're still playing pretty darn well. Adding Brian Branch is like one of your future safeties. I think would be pretty darn good. Yeah, I mean the Bills, they're a good squad. They can go a variety of different spots, but I don't mind this one bit. But you let me know what you think in the comment section below. And this is the part where I say, that's it for the video. Go ahead, do the YouTube thing. As always, until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.